So time now to take a look back on what we've seen already in 2021 from some of the Darley Stallions. And to help me do that, I've got Amy Bennett, who's the managing editor of the European Bloodstock News, and renowned Bloodstock journalist Martin Stevens. Amy, let's start with Dubawi. It seems an obvious place to start, given that he normally graces this lawn on every Darley Stallion parade, many of which you've been involved with. It's been a very interesting season, even by his own high standards.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with Dubawi is really, he's a very hard horse to, what can you say about him? He keeps raising the bar on his own achievements. I think what we're seeing now is very interesting, that he's also making him an impact as a broodmare sire, as we saw with this year's Derby, which I believe takes him to 4 individual Group 1 winners as a broodmare sire, as well as his own stakes winning progeny, and then all of those stallion sons that are doing so well.
Yeah, I think 10 individual stallion sons of Dubawi have sired stakes winners this year, which is quite a statistic to get your head around, Martin, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess the best of those at the moment, or the most prominent of those at the moment, is Knight of Thunder. Everyone loves Knight of Thunder because his progeny are just so genuine and they're classy. Obviously, Dubawi overridingly is a conduit for that class. Knight of Thunder is definitely passing that on now. He had their Thundering Knights the other day. He has Keep Busy, and they're such genuine fillies. They try so hard, they put their heads down, and they're so straightforward.
Yeah, a couple of Royal Ascot winning fillies for Knight of Thunder.
Exactly,
Dubawi himself striking in the Jersey Stakes with Creative Force, a 1-2 there. So he's still getting these fast horses, as well as being an influence for stamina in other places.
Yeah, very much. I mean, I think that's always been Dubawi's hallmark, that his Group or Grade 1 winners have come from everything from 5 furlongs to 2 miles. You know, versatility has always been one of his hallmarks. And I think it's fantastic for breeders that we're seeing that carrying on into the next generation.
Your mention of the extreme stamina index leads me neatly on to the Gold Cup this year and Subjectivist's performance. Subjectivist, the son of Teofilo, Martin. This was rated the highest Gold Cup winning performance of the millennium by Timeform, 130.
Yeah, and you can see why. It was a high-class field. He won easily. He won very simply and easily. He just went to the front and he stormed home. Excellent stallion, Teofilo, and probably, you know, slightly an unsung hero because he just produces all these Group 1 winners around the world. I think Exultant in Hong Kong is being retired this week. He's the highest earner in Hong Kong, I believe, won 5 Grade 1s out there, bred in Ireland. And he is also making it in the second generation. Dam sire of Max Swiney, Havana Gold. He had his winner at Royal Ascot as well in the Windsor Castle Stakes. So again, there's that versatility there. You know, Teofilo is making his influence felt over 5 furlongs up to the Gold Cup distance.
Yes, you've got Teofilo as a grandsire of a winning 2-year-old at Royal Ascot, courtesy of his own son, Havana Gold. What about a Darley first season sire who's had a winner at Royal Ascot this year in Profitable? It doesn't seem a minute ago we were standing here last year with Adam Kirby remembering his racing career.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, on the flat, Royal Ascot isn't possibly quite the pinnacle that Cheltenham Festival is for the jumps breeders, but it's certainly the first point at which we really start judging these young sires. So for any young stallion to sire a winner at Royal Ascot is very exciting, but to do so in your first crop really makes people sit up and take notice. And she looks a really progressive filly. You know, this isn't going to be where her story ends. She's just going to keep improving. And, you know, Profitable's, I believe, 8 individual winners so far, and that number we're just going to see increasing throughout the season, which is really exciting to see.
Yeah, this is Quick Suzy, isn't it? The winner of the winner of the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
And not the only first season sire here at Darley that's made some sort of an impact. Postponed is a very different type of horse, Martin. He's had very few runners, but he's already off the mark.
I don't mean to after time, but I did write earlier in the year that I thought Postponed might make more of an impact this year of his first 2-year-olds than people might expect. He's by Dubawi, who's obviously a champion 2-year-old himself, and he's also from that family of the champion 2-year-olds, Simply Perfect, Biancanera, lovely looking horse, had that winner already. I think he'll do well.
And to have one so early on in the season.
Yeah.
I think, if memory serves, Amy, and you'll know because you were here probably around about that time, when Dubawi was first at stud here at Darley, you got to this point in the season, really he was right the way down the table. By the end of the year, he'd had 30-odd 2-year-olds.
The second half of the season just flew, and I think, as Martin says, you know, Postpone's female family is so strong as well with that prevalent juvenile speed. And I think because Postpone did so well as an older horse and from 10 to 12 furlongs, it's easy to forget that actually he did win in, I believe, August as a 2-year-old and ran a really good race in a sales race at Newmarket. Obviously, his Group 1s overshadow all of his younger achievements, but he was no slouch as a juvenile. So it's not surprising to see that being bred on now.
Well, Amy, Martin, thanks so much. Amy Bennett and Martin Stevens, looking back on what already has been a tremendously profitable, pun very much intended, 2021 for Darley Stallions.